Hey, it's Nate, and this is going to be my first video after a very long time because unfortunately the software that I use to make videos kind of just upped and stopped working on me, but whatever. This is a character that I've talked about many times already, but Dangai Ichigo. I want to talk a bit about why I know for a fact he's going to be in the game, aka the fact that we just got the new Aizen trailer that shows him in his final form, which of course fights the main character at the time was Dangai Ichigo, so of course that form should be in the game. However, I just wanted to talk a little bit about how I think he would play. I know that Dangai Ichigo can kind of be a little bit of a confusing character just because, despite the fact that he is by far one of the coolest versions of the character, he doesn't do too much aside from looking really cool, dominating the fight, using Final Potential, and then wrapping up the arc. But I think that a few attacks that I'm trying to make this as quick as possible, by the way. But a few attacks that I think can be used. Number one, a rush attack. Ichigo palms you, like he palms your face, flies in. What's it called? Takes you for a little bit of a ride and then dashes you to the floor. That could be a really cool rush attack animation that I think that almost everybody should appreciate, in my biased opinion. Another rush attack idea I have would be Ichigo swooping in and then giving you one clean slash with Zangetsu. Very similar, of course, to what he did to Aizen after telling Aizen that all of the mountains that were getting destroyed, that wasn't you, little bro, that was me. He kind of dashes in and just messes him up. By the way, one of the coolest panels in Bleach, in my personal opinion, just because it really shows off how cool that character looks. Yeah, I think that those are two true to character attacks. Now, I love Getsu Potential, and I would love to see it done justice. I honestly think that Bankai version of Ichigo that we saw that goes past to Lorde, the animations for Getsu Potential wasn't all that satisfying for me. So if they wanted to throw in like a regular Getsu Potential, I think that it could be cool enough. However, I'd still want them to be true to what we saw in the fight. Even though I just said that, one way I think that they could deviate from being like story accurate, all while being really true to the character of Ichigo and like the history of the character, is for the awakening. I do not think the awakening should be Final Getsu Potential, and I do not think that Final Getsu Potential should be like a character you can fight as, because we only really saw it do the one like sweep, use Mugetsu, win, and that was it. So giving it a move set, in my opinion, would be kind of stupid. In my mind, I think that they could give Ichigo that instinct form that he has whenever he's locked in. Like, for example, when he went up against Kenpachi in the very end and he won, when his eyes are kind of glowing white and he has that white aura, that's when he's in most in touch with his instinct, and he's able to get that inner strength and win, right? Very similar to how Ninja Storm, the really generic power up, is when they kind of just have that blue aura and they're a bit stronger. They can do that, but still make it accurate to the character. By giving him the white aura, the white eyes, and it's very true to Ichigo's overall battles. Even when he went up against White Zangetsu, and he got that speech about instinct, decided to lock in, popped off, and clutched the battle, right? I think that that's a cool way to make him a little bit more flashy. He can move a bit more faster, fight more aggressively, be a little bit less nonchalant. And then for reawakening, maybe reawakening shouldn't necessarily be like an actual form that you can fight as, but more so what you can do is kind of like how, I'm kind of jumping all over the place, but with Super Smash Bros., Little Mac, once you have that KO meter, it's kind of like that big one-shot kill kind of thing where he does that crazy uppercut. They can implement it in the sense that once that meter is full, let's just say that the Mugetsu meter, the Final Getsu Potential meter, once you get to that point, you can, let's just say you can fire off Final Getsu Potential, you get a really nice cutscene, etc. However, if you miss or your opponent is able to negate the attack at any capacity, then you have a timer that gives you a very restricted amount of time left to win the battle before Ichigo runs out of his Soul Reaper powers and is unable to fight. I think that's a way that Final Getsu Potential still gets to feel very, very powerful, but at the same time isn't overpowered and broken to the sense that somebody can be messing you up, you pop Final Getsu Potential and win the match, because that wouldn't be balanced or fair at all. And I know that this character might be something that may be a little bit intimidating to developers, just because, like I said, we didn't see him do all that much. But if I can think about this little stupid concept in a couple of seconds, I know for a fact Tamsoft is going off. And just in general, big shout out to Tamsoft for taking on this game and so far doing it great justice. And I've been having a great time talking about this game after such a long time. And anybody who took the time to check this out, appreciate you. And take care.